So in response to people being burned alive in tents at the Al-Aqsa hospital, Joe Biden tells Israel they've got 30 days to resolve the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, without any indication of what resolve even means. And it actually doesn't matter, because they've got no intention of following through on this, because 30 days just takes them beyond the election. It's a way of saying, hey, we're doing something, but vote for us, please. But look, put that aside. Think about the long-term planning involved in this. And look, to some extent, you have to give Israel kudos for this, because AIPAC was started in 1963. They decided, you know what we need? We need to buy every single American politician, because we know that the Zionist cause requires us to establish the greater Israel, which means in order to get rid of the indigenous population of the area that we want to call Israel, we're going to have to do some pretty fucking unspeakable things. And when we do, we want the big boys on our side. We don't want them opposing us. We don't want their morals, their ethics, their values, their principles to take hold when the final push comes. Talk about long-term thinking. I mean, it's right up there with how the Republicans planned for the repeal of Roe versus Wade, 40 years after it was originally decided. They're patient motherfuckers, these Zionists, I tell you. They realized that Labour Friends of Israel, Conservative Friends of Israel, all these similar organizations in Germany, France, didn't fucking work in Spain, or it did to some extent, but you know what I mean. They looked at the Western world as their natural allies and went, Christ, we better tie this stuff up, because we are going to do some pretty fucking awful things. Even if you consider that against the background that already by 1963, they had carried out multiple massacres following the Nakba in 1948. Settlers were constantly illegally ousting Palestinians from their home and just taking over. Illegal settlements were anywhere. There were already UN resolutions going back to the early 60s against Israel's behavior. So they had a long-term strategy, and it's certainly paying off, because both of the major candidates for president are committed Zionists. So nothing's going to change from Harris. Nothing's going to change from Trump. So to that extent, who gives a fuck which one of them's elected? They're both equally awful when it comes to recognizing Palestinians as humans, recognizing that what Israel's doing is absolutely reprehensible and beyond the pale. And what they keep doing is just not only providing them with the political and diplomatic impunity to carry on ignoring absolutely every single element of international law, but also giving them money, giving them weapons, And yeah, they can come out and have leaks that tell us that they're appalled, annoyed, that they think Netanyahu's a monster. None of it fucking matters. It's all just a game to these people, because they bought and paid for. Just look at the amount. AIPAC is boasting about spending $100 million on this election. But what is our mainstream media moaning about? Russian influence, social media influence. Fuck off.